I'm David Bie Daip, and this is Dean Calin of Bounding Maine, and we are from the freshwater Great Lakes of America, the Chicago area. So I'm going to be doing mostly freshwater this morning. There's a big wind coming on the west horizon, roll for St. Louis. Rivermen hoping that it won't capsize them, bound for New Orleans. Bad blow coming on the Mississippi, roll for St. Louis. Old riverboat getting swamped and to be bound for New Orleans. And it's storm on the river, Old Man River getting wild and cranky. Storm on the river, we're bound for New Orleans. There's a storm on the river, God protect us and we'll surely thank you. Storm on the river, we're bound for New Orleans. Now the catfish running for a quiet eddy, roll for St. Louis. Thunder's drumming and the lightning's deadly, bound for New Orleans. Sandbars shifting in the waves around us, roll for St. Louis. Pray the river doesn't want to drown us, bound for New Orleans. And it's storm on the river, Old Man River getting wild and cranky. Storm on the river, we're bound for New Orleans. There's a storm on the river, God protect us and we'll surely thank you. Storm on the river, we're bound for New Orleans. Now old St. Louis waiting for the boatman, row for St. Louis. Beer and bourbon and the girls for sporting, bound for New Orleans. When storms coming from the mountain ranges, row for St. Louis. Drink and sing till the weather changes, bound for New Orleans. And it's storm on the river, Old Man River getting wild and cranky. Storm on the river, we're bound for New Orleans. There's a storm on the river, God protect us and we'll surely thank you. Storm on the river, we're bound for New Orleans. There's a big wind coming on the west horizon, row for St. Louis. Rivermen hoping that it won't capsize them, bound for New Orleans. Bad blow coming on the Mississippi, row for St. Louis. Old riverboat getting swamped and to be bound for New Orleans. And it's storm on the river, Old Man River getting wild and cranky. Storm on the river, we're bound for New Orleans. There's a storm on the river, God protect us and we'll surely thank you. Storm on the river, we're bound for New Orleans. There's a storm on the river, we're bound for New Orleans. Thank you very much. Like I mentioned, we are from the Great Lakes, the world's freshwater seas, and from the state of Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is up the coast from Chicago. And we are surrounded. The state of Wisconsin has Lake Superior, which is the largest freshwater lake in the world, Lake Michigan on one side, on the east side, which is the fourth largest freshwater lake in the world, and the Mississippi River, which is up in about the top 5 or so of river. So Wisconsin is actually a peninsula, and I think we have something like, 1,200 miles of navigable water. So when people say, oh my goodness, you're on a lake. Lake is a relative word. We're on an inland sea. And it's interesting when the saltwater sailors, come to the Great Lakes, they all go, oh, well, it's a lake. Some of the most dangerous water in the world. Because for one thing, you don't float as well in fresh water as salt water. It freezes, it'll, turn your boat over if you get frozen enough. And we have what we call square waves, because you're surrounded by shoreline. So this is a song we sing for the salties about being Lakers. Come all you boat young sailor lads who sail the briny breeze, keep my tale of the men who sail on the lakes of the inland seas. You that scoff and jeer at the sailors here think they have such ease, when the journey's short from the inland ports on the Lakes of Amerikay. If you take your plate where the water's sweet, there's something you should know. No quarters shown when a gale wind's blown and the sky is filled with snow. When the deck is froze and the rib is low and there's nowhere left to flee, from bow to stern take a circle turn on the Lakes of Amerikay. Say a prayer for those who dare to sail on the fresh North Seas. If you drink too deep, you'll forever sleep in the Lakes of Amerikay. Now there's times I've seen when the water's green and the decks begin to freeze, that a close contact with the wood hull crack from her scuppers to her knees. If you leave the boat and you try to float, no salt gives buoyancy. There's a waiting grave in the cold dark waves of the Lakes of Amerikay. So say a prayer for those who dare to sail on the fresh North Seas. If you drink too deep, you'll forever sleep in the Lakes of Amerikay. The wind comes down with a wailing sound and the weather changes fast. It's a tempest in a tea kettle as you run from the icy blast. And the waves will change to a mountain range as the white caps curl and break. And the sisters laugh and kick their aft to the bottom of the lake. Say a prayer for those who dare to sail on the fresh North Seas. If you drink too deep, you'll forever sleep in the Lakes of Amerikay. Say a prayer for those who dare to sail on the fresh North Sea. If you drink too deep, you'll forever sleep in the Lakes of Amerikay.